Hmm. All right. Okay. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I am Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media at a time when we need them. We don't have, right now, we just have liars. Right now, we have liars and we have crooks and we have weirdos. We have advocates. We have activists. We have nut jobs. Basically, we got to make a change. We've got to actually get people in here who are for real, who have integrity, who understand what the people want. I am that man. I am definitely the man who can make a difference, who can make a change. I do it with you guys every single night, and together we find truth in this backwards weirdo world. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you. It's good to see you. Brett Favre, $1.99 says, there goes Mike's Meg last push telethon. Yeah. How should I punish Mike? I will take advice from the crowd. Mike definitely deserves a taste of what we affectionately refer to as daddy's belt. And just because we refer to it affectionately doesn't mean it isn't a terrifying thing. I'll turn the camera on. I want to see you with my own two eyes. Boom. Hi, everyone. Comic Artist Pro Secrets. 246 people watching at 1:43 in the morning. Why aren't you guys asleep? All right, Rotten Tomatoes. What a mess. I don't know why Rotten Tomatoes does things like this, but they do. Rotten Tomatoes, I just put up a video about it, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more. Rotten Tomatoes is a review aggregate site, and I got to say, they really shouldn't have a personality. Rotten Tomatoes really shouldn't have an agenda except to get, to offer moviegoers some information about the movies that they're going to see. I can't believe they actually would do something like this, but they are proud of themselves. Hello, they say, we're making some changes. Well, these are conveniently timed changes, RT staff. Today, oh, by the way, thank you for not putting a name to this. We don't have anyone in particular to blame. We don't have a name. We have no name for the person who is making these conveniently timed changes to silence your voices. Today, we are excited to start our product update blog, which will allow us to keep you informed of changes and updates on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, well, so that's weird. This is the first one, huh? Are you going to make any changes right now? Are there going to be changes now? Over the past 18 months, we've made a number of updates at Rotten Tomatoes. No, you haven't. All in an effort to streamline the site and provide users with a more enriched experience. If that enriched experience involves me not being able to speak my mind and tell these people exactly what I think they're doing wrong, why I'm interested in seeing a movie and why I might not be interested in seeing a movie, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of your wonderful changes. I resent them. I resent my voice being silenced. I resent you guys allowing us, the movie-going audience, to be called trolls just because we don't want to go to this big fishy Captain Marvel opening. It's disgusting. We're not interested in going. We're not interested in checking out that opening. We're not doing it. We'll do something else instead. We'll find something else to do. I think it's fair. I think at this point, to have something that says interested in going or not interested in going, people clicking that as a way of saying, no, you guys you're not doing something right. You're doing something wrong. I think that's fair. I think, that's something that people should be allowed to do without being called trolls. I'm not a troll. I'm a Billy Goat gruff. I'm a gruff Billy Goat. All right, these updates include the launch of a new visual identity. You don't hate the red anymore, right? The creation of a new original editorial. Yeah, this one specifically made to excuse the hate crime that you're about to inflict. Video and some social content. Check us out on Twitter. And a revamped tomato meter. Critics' criteria that better reflects the current media landscape. Increases inclusion. There's going to be some inclusion. The adjective to describe inclusive is the adjective to describe diversity, and we're more fully. Thank God these words have S's in them. Inclusion and diversity. I love lisping those words. And more fully serves the global entertainment audience. We're proud of what we've accomplished. So let's get to what you really want to hear about. Starting this week, look at all this. They're doing you a favor. Rotten Tomatoes will launch the first of several phases of updates that will refresh and modernize our audience rating system. We're doing it to more accurately and authentically represent the voices of fans. That is some bullshit. What could possibly be more authentic than people saying, I don't want to go see Captain Marvel? Since you asked, I don't want to go see it. It's not as though anyone were stopping people who wanted to go see Captain Marvel from clicking the I do want to see Captain Marvel button. So what exactly is going on here? While protecting our data and public forums from bad actors. Really? Bad actors? Brie Larson, you mean? As of February 25th, we will no longer show the want to see percentage score for a movie during its pre-release period. Why, you might ask? No, we already know the answer to that. God damn you. We found that the want to see percentage score is oftentimes confused with the audience score. No, it's confused with the audience score by people like Screen Rant and people like the writers of comicbook.com and then weirdos on Twitter. It's confused deliberately to make it sound as though people who click the I don't want to go see this movie button rather than the want to see this movie button are doing something dishonest. There is nothing dishonest about saying, hell no, that movie, not only do I not want to go see it, that movie offends me. It's offensive. It's so offensive that I'm going out of my way to click the I don't want to go see this movie and register my displeasure at a review aggregate site called Rotten Tomatoes. Why is this a problem? There's only one reason why this could ever be a problem. There's only one reason. It's a problem for the movie studios. That's it. That's the only reason. People actually posting negative reviews or people actually, the idea that these people are gauging the sincerity, that they can predict the sincerity of people that are saying they don't want to go see that movie, or that there's some kind of organized plot. If anything, there's an organized plot to promote this movie. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. All right, so they took it down. Look, they took down the want to see part of Rotten Tomatoes right at a time when Captain Marvel was sitting at 27%. Only 27% of people clicked the I want to see this movie button. And this is just weird. This is as weird as the time when, right after the initial reviews for Solo were coming out, before the weekend before the release of the movie to the general public, and the reviews were sitting at somewhere around 72%. We actually went through them and we found that somebody had mixed in a Deadpool 2 5-star review into the aggregate, which bumped up the score by 3 entire points. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, everyone. Amazing. So, in the meantime, here's V. Allen Orange. Angry fans are already review bombing Star Wars 9 months before release. Is this true? Star Wars 9 has been under attack since Last Jedi hit theaters, twisting a whole faction of angry fans into an absolute frenzy. Well, we're in a frenzy, guys. Those haters are now turning it up a notch as they begin review bombing J.J. Abrams' sequel on Rotten Tomatoes a full 10 months before it hit theaters. Review bombing. B. Allen Orange, did you not just hear what I said? And I know you're listening right now, B. Allen Orange. Did you not just hear what I said? I just said that there is no possible way to review a movie that has not come out yet. You're talking about the want to see. You must be talking about the want to see. Those aren't reviews. Those are just people saying, I don't want to see this movie. All right. We haven't even seen a trailer yet, and no title has been announced. This is a growing trend that is spiraling out of control. These same trolls went after Captain Marvel, tearing into the latest MCU adventure weeks before anyone had a chance to see it. Their madness has worked, in that the want to see rating on Rotten Tomatoes has since plummeted to a devastating 27% for Carl Danvers for sounding yes, B. Allen Orange. I knew it. B. Allen Orange, thank you for being infiltrated. Listen, B. Allen Orange is one of us. I'm almost positive. Thank you so much, B. Allen Orange. Carl Danvers, wrong. This is Carl Manvers. Carl Manvers. B. Allen Orange is absolutely awesome. That was entirely intentional. That was part of the thing. We've got one We've got one guy in the media, one trustworthy person in the media, and it is, believe it or not, B. Orange. B.A. Orange is on our side, everyone. What a great guy. I love it. He's my man on the inside. There is no tomato meter. I'm going to pronounce it tomato meter. There is no tomatometer. Ooh, that's even better. Tomatometer. Tomatometer review rating yet, as Captain Marvel is under critic embargo until Tuesday, February 26th. That's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. It appears that the plan is to get Star Wars 9 all the way down to a 0%. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'll get myself together. 0% of people want to see Star Wars 9. Oh my god. You want to know where the troll factory is coming from? It's coming from people like B. Allen Orange, who are inspiring us to do great things, okay? Yeah, we want to get Star Wars 9 all the way down to a 0% want to see rating before audience reviews are allowed on the site, which is possible. It is possible. The want to see rating for Captain Marvel was in the 80s range, the 80% range, before it got bombarded with negative comments. So I want to see some of these. This better not be porn, B. Allen Orange, or you and I are through. It's another article. Trolls bombard Rotten Tomatoes to wage war on Captain Marvel. Let's go, soldiers. We are waging war on Captain Marvel. We are waging war. This is a war on Captain Marvel. So there we go. The trolls are at it again. Captain Marvel doesn't hit theaters until March 8th. This guy is nowhere near as good as B. Allen Orange. I don't know why MovieWeb employs this guy. I don't know why they don't just get B. Allen Orange to write every single article at this point. I don't get it. And here immediately they bring up the Last Jedi again. This is the thing. This is how you know that there is an SJW conspiracy. These people pick deliberate. These are cultural war lines in the sand. These are hills to die on for these weirdo SJWs. Captain Marvel, the Gillette commercial, The Last Jedi. These people cannot shut up about this stuff. I don't care about that. I only care about B. Allen Orange, honestly. So let's go back to him. Yeah, so our goal is to get Star Wars 9 all the way down to a 0% want to see rating before. I'm sorry, but that tickles me really, really well. That is awesome. Similar tactics were used against Black Panther last year, but that went on to be a true box office phenomenon. I don't remember that. I don't remember people going in against Black Panther that way. I think people were saying that it was peculiar, that it was so important, but it seemed pretty obvious to me why Black Panther was important. I mean, it was, a really, really good fantasy about, for Black people. It was just a great superhero fantasy that was made up of an almost entirely Black cast. And I have to say, when I still haven't seen the movie, I'm going to actually see the movie now that it's free. I just don't have a lot of time to sit down and watch movies, but I'm gonna carve time out of my day to sit down and enjoy Black Panther, because I really do think it looks good, and apparently it is good. He says, all right, so we don't yet know if this type of review bombing will hurt Captain Marvel financially. Things have been particularly heated among the Star Wars crowd ever since The Last Jedi arrived in theaters over a year ago. The second chapter in the Force Awakens trilogy was quite divisive. The sequel has a 91% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but its audience score goes in the opposite direction, coming up rotten with 44%. Many believe that the audience score is so low because these same trolls waged a campaign to take those numbers down with hate-filled reviews about how Roundhead Rian Johnson ruined the entire Disney-owned franchise. This disdain, garbage tier, B. Allen Orange, disdain for The Last Jedi even spurred a movement called the Fandom Menace. That's us, with whole YouTube channels devoted to putting Lucasfilm and Disney in their place. These rebels go at it like they're trying to take down the Death Star. That is absolutely 100% correct. 0%. Our goal is now clear. Those of you who bullseye womp rats like I do, our goal is Star Wars Episode 9 at a 0%. 0%. I guess we can't do that now, god damn it. Because they took it down. They took down our chance to do that. Man, we got to get Rotten Tomatoes to put that back up so that we can get Star Wars 9 to a 0%. Both Rian Johnson and Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy are equally blamed for ruining Star Wars, although there's still a lot of fans who actually like The Last Jedi. They mostly go unheard because the roar coming from the fandom Menace is a loud one. Hell yeah. Colin Trevorrow, great director, was supposed to helm Star Wars 9, but he was fired from the project, and The Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams was brought in to finish what he started. And it's been long rumored that he is course-correcting the ship to satisfy all fans. That is the rumor. Many believe that Star Wars fandom has taken a toxic turn, and there may be no going back. Those spouting the most negativity act as one would if they found a turd in their taco, though. Turd in their taco. Why is taco capitalized? There's something here. There's a hidden message in here. He does this all the time. He does this all the time. Where's the hidden message? So one time he put Comic Artist Pro Secrets in the letters going down the side of the page here. And their taco. And can't necessarily be blamed for wanting to rally against these big bites of bad tasting food now being served at what used to be their favorite fast food restaurant. If you really like the double cheesy gordita crunch, and they suddenly started to fill it with cilantro and sofritas, you'd either stop eating at Taco Bell or wage a war against them until they went back to serving it the way you perceive to be right and used to love. That's kind of where the so-called fandom Menace is coming from. They want their Taco Bell. What is it with Taco Bell? What's he doing? Be Alan Orange, I'm not getting you, but I'm sure somebody will tell me what you did. There's a hidden code in here. There's a hidden code in here somewhere. They want their Taco Bell to taste like Taco Bell, not vegetarian Chipotle. And for some, it's cause enough to create a huge backlash that takes up way too much of their time. They want the Star Wars they can remember. They want it so much they're sabotaging the new great taste. In this case, Star Wars 9 isn't even on the menu yet. Like a squadron of TIE fighters, the Fandom Menace trolls are flying in to torpedo Star Wars 9 and its want to see rating, since the battle against Captain Marvel has seemingly gone so well, at least in terms of that percentage rating. They're filling up the comments with stinging words. Despite a similar campaign against The Last Jedi, that movie went on to gross $1.4 billion at the worldwide box office and is considered a major success by all except those who can't quite get over watching Luke Skywalker sip green milk squeezed fresh from the breasts of a moaning sea cow. Yeah, there are a lot of us who feel that way. That we can't get over that. This is really, really good. Really, really good. These score manipulating campaigns have become an unfortunate part of movie marketing, and there's not really much the studio can do at this point except make Star Wars 9 something that truly does satisfy everyone. But that probably won't happen because it appears that some of these so-called Star Wars fans are waving their anti-Lucasfilm flags in the air, are simply having too much fun taking the franchise down. Case in point, they're trying to cripple Star Wars 9, and they have zero idea what will even be at this point, aside from seeing a handful of set photos on the internet. I love, man, Be Alan Orange. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to inspire this movement. You're trying to inspire the Fandom Menace, and you are doing a good job. You are doing a good job. Rotten Tomatoes has been proactive in scrubbing some of the negative reviews from their comments pages for Captain Marvel when it comes to some of the more offensive ones. But the damage has already been done to the movie's want to see score, which will not likely rise up before the release, blah, blah, blah. Some fans are going to spend their free time taking down Marvel and Star Wars movie scores no matter what the cost. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Why does he spell things wrong? Look at this. He's got an avatar, and that is not him. God, he's weird, man. This guy's weird. Recommended Taco Bell offering free. Why is there an ad for Taco? Man, this is really intense. If you enjoy the movies, you shouldn't be bothered by what a bunch of angry trolls have to say anyway. Ever seen a screaming 3-year-old who's allowed to continue their tantrum in Kmart without any interference from their parents and thought, I wonder what that kid will be like when they grow up? Well, here you go. If you want to make your voice heard over the wail of that blue light special, you can go do so at Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand references to Kmart, Taco Bell. There's a hidden message here somewhere. What is it with the... All right. Look, user audience score, no audience score, thermometer. Thermometer. There's no, yeah, there's nothing. We can't, they want to see. Oh, I'll have to log in to do that. It says want to see. How come is the want to see back up? I don't understand. Yeah, like I thought he was saying something about Tico. I thought there was some kind of Tico thing in there, but I'm not really sure now. I'm confused. B. Allen Orange is notorious for writing articles that have direct messages at me, to me. People say, Ethan, why do you think everything's about you? You know what I mean? Like you're so vain. I'll bet you think this article about Captain Marvel's about you, and it is. You know, that's the problem. It actually is about me. Why do you think everyone in the world? Why do you think everything's about you, Ethan? Because it is right now. It's crazy. I don't understand these people. I don't really get it. All right, let me see what you guys are saying, and we'll read some of these super chats I saw coming in. Yeah, Taco. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand what he was doing there. I mean, B. Allen Orange usually takes a really good shot at me there, but I will say this: the idea of bringing down Star Wars 9 to a 0% want to see might be the best thing that I've ever heard. We can get it down. Theoretically, we can get it down to a 0% want to see if we can actually overwhelm the number of people. Because I mean, if they, well, it depends. I mean, will they? We can get it down to less than 1% want to see, and at that point, we just have to wonder if they're going to which way that they're going to swing that. Will they say it's going to be 1%? Are they going to round up or are they going to round down? But we could definitely get it down to 0% if they round down. And that is the question. All right, let me see. Black Wolf Senpai says, Uncle Ethan, your trebuchet is in the mail. It will be there on the 4th. Wow, that's exciting. I actually have a trebuchet coming my way. That is good news. Break All Day says, go get daddy's porno belt. This better not be pie. Break All Day says the same thing again and gives me a total of $6. Thank you, Break All Day. Nicholas Glenn says the Fandom Menace moved their hand. Diversity in Comics Bear says it may be time to boycott Endgame. Disney keeps swatting dissenting fans down. Let Endgame see Last Jedi like half earnings of the previous movie. Now that is a big deal. These people do talk about how these people do talk about how The Last Jedi was a success because The Last Jedi made $1.4 billion. But you see, The Force Awakens actually earned over $2 billion. The Last Jedi halved it, just cut it in half in earnings, and they've still pretended it's a success. How could it possibly be a success? The second movie should have made twice as much money as The Force Awakens. At least that's the way I think. I don't understand why these people behave this way. Diversity in Comics Bear, I agree. Jake Foley says, weird how Wonder Woman is a feminist empowerment movie, and yet none of us have an issue with Gal Gadot. It's also the 0% interest rating on episode 9 is accurate. Is it really? God, we got it. That is huge. That's a whole thing. That's a whole thing that we need to do, guys. That's a whole thing that we need to do, and we can do it together. Together, we can together we can make it so that 0% of people want to go see Star Wars Episode 9 together. Some dude on Twitter today, I kind of offhandedly, somebody said, I don't even care about Star Wars. And I said, nobody cares about Star Wars anymore. And this dude with a round face, he looked like mommy's little darling, I felt bad for him. He said, I can prove that you're wrong with just 4 photos. And he showed me a photo of a tweet by J.J. Abrams, the rap party for Star Wars Episode 9. And it had like 22,000 thumbs up on it, something like that. Maybe even more. I don't really remember, but it had a lot of thumbs up because it's J.J. Abrams. And then he showed this other person who was trolling Star Wars Episode 9, and they only had 2,000 thumbs up. So basically, he pwned me, and he proved that there are people who are interested in seeing Star Wars Episode 9. Now, I want to prove him wrong, too. Just because he's a mommy's little darling, just because he looked harmless enough, he just looked like somebody who loves Star Wars. I need to prove him wrong, too. I'm going to prove that 0% of people want to see Star Wars Episode 9, and I want to use Rotten Tomatoes to do it. 0%. 0%. No, I have not. In the chat, I'm seeing, did you watch Battle Angel Alita yet? No, I have not. I haven't had a chance. Very, very busy, guys. Very busy. Let's see. Okami Shonen says, F Captain Marvel, go see Alita. Take your family, take your friends, see that shit multiple times. Support the best female movie 2019. I mean, that is those are strong words. Raymond Henschholt says, made an offensive comedy Marvel YouTube video called Thanos Hates Captain Marvel. Hope everyone can watch it in the future. Very dark comedy and very offensive. Wow. Jake Foley says, I've never met someone in real life who actually liked The Last Jedi. Either I live in paradise or the shills are greatly exaggerating the success of that film. Yeah. I wish Antonio Bryce would change his name to the Lust Jedi. That would be awesome. I want to start a whole tribe of Lust Jedis. Together, we create lust in everyone. We are at one with the force of sexual desirability. The Lust Jedi. Jody King says Michael Tweecross is a soy boy. I don't know who that is. Proper Jeremy says all hail B. Allen Orange. Obi-Wan says Uncle EVS, the completely removed I don't want to see function. They completely removed it. You can see the old messages under all audience reviews. Brett Favre says Indiana Jones and the deciphering of B. Allen Orange. I know, dude. It is strange, but it's true. He does hide hidden messages to me in his articles. And you can see them because if you're a normal person reading that article, this is the thing that I don't understand about B. Allen Orange. If you're a normal person reading that article, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, you read that and you're just like, what is he talking about? Like, this guy goes off on a complete and total tangent that is meaningless to everyone else. Something about tacos and Kmart. What they don't understand is that entire article was aimed only at me. Only at me. Why do these people publish? Well, on the other hand, again, I like him. I think they should only publish B. Allen Orange and not these other guys. Ted Ant A says, Brie-splaining when a celebrity is paid millions to promote a project, but instead uses the platform to virtue signal SJW politics. Again, that is the thing. She's like, I'm an activist. I'm doing what I do to, I'm using my power to, what the hell, dude? Just get out there and talk about you made a rock and roll superhero movie. Go see it. Why does everything have to be about politics? Sulfur Excess, I think they left up only the want to see count. All right. How is that a percentage then? It doesn't make any sense. Billy Ritchie says, my printer has more personality than Larson, and my printer is unplugged and on the way to the scrapper. Mine is too, by the way. Adjacent Culture says, be amazing, Ethan. Be Allen Orange. I love that. That should be his entire slogan. GR People says, we are the 0%. I'm sorry. That makes me laugh. Publicola says, no, we can't. They deleted the not interested button. Boy Wonder 52 says, you can still vote to want to see or not want to see older movies. That's just brilliant. Paul Contreras says, nice shirt. Your art? No. It's just a devil girl. Just somebody else's art. Noah Talk says, Tico Bell, LOL. Predicting now they decide to reinstate the want to see score after Captain Marvel is released. Also, want my Star Wars 9 flop video proving Trump will win. Watch my Star Wars 9 flop video proving Trump will win in 2020. It features you, EVS. Noah Talks. Is that right? I like when things feature me. I will watch your video. And by the way, I'm with you about that. All of this stuff, I am starting to think at this point that it's pretty clear Captain Marvel is going to flop a lot harder than we were even expecting. TK says, who knew Captain Marvel was as powerful as Thanos? She snapped her fingers and made half of Rotten Tomatoes rating system disappear. And Sulfur X says, it shows a number when you log in, 14,500-ish. Okay, interesting. I'm going to turn off this camera because there we go. Brett Fabre says, I think B. Allen Orange is trying to put Taco Bell in your head. He's jealous of your weight loss. You must be right. That must be it. Looking real jacked today, Uncle E. I think you're right about that. He's trying to make me eat Taco Bell. That's not the way to do it. I'm not tempted by Taco Bell. Not at all. Taco Bell's okay, but I mean, I might eat Taco Bell once a year, if that. And it's not like I enjoy it. I don't crave Taco Bell. What do I want? The only thing I want is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Honestly, that's the only thing I crave. I would eat KFC, and I've got to avoid that. I've got to avoid all of that. Down 31 pounds. 31 pounds. I'm not going to be eating any Taco Bell anytime soon. I'm going to keep this train going. I want to become. I want to look like a scarecrow. I've decided I want to be really skinny. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. All right, so I'm looking up this other article here that is going to prove. Hold on a second. Exactly what I was saying. Whoops. This is how we know. This is how we know that it's not going to work out. There we go. My God, it took forever to find this article. And it's new. It's recent. And I had to type in like 6 things before it came up. All right, I'll show you now. I won't delay. Here's how we know. Captain Marvel is flying solo. This is Disney. Star Wars is dumb. There are very few, trusted members of the media like Disney. Star Wars is dumb. Disney Star Wars is dumb. These guys do research. Ichibaka, Data Racer, all these other guys are totally awesome. I use them a lot. Their research ends up in my videos. They're tremendous. They're almost always 100% correct. And so I really enjoyed this article. I'm noticing this conspiracy too, guys. By the way, if you're in the chat now, we've got 1,532 people watching. Would you guys hit the thumbs up, please? Hit that thumbs up. Give me a little boost with the algorithm. I mean, even if you can't afford to send a super chat, super chats are great, and I'm looking at them up there. I will read all the super chats. Very grateful for the super chats. But if you can't afford to send a super chat, please do hit thumbs up on the video. And it's a quick, simple way to help me with the algorithm and make it a little bit better, a little bit safer to my channel to do more live streams. People, I've got people asking me to do live streams every day. I do love doing them. But at the same time, I want to make my channel grow. Hitting that thumbs up really does help. And subscribe too. Please do subscribe to this channel. All right, so here we go. This is a feminist SJW. This is what they look like represented on the screen. And that is exactly right. I mean, when they're on Twitter and they're yelling at you about, your male tears, your fragile masculinity, all of that, this is the face that they're making, except their hair is pink and they're wearing problem spectacles. So if you could just imagine problem spectacles on this woman, pink hair, this is the face that they make when they say, the patriarchy. They blame everything on the patriarchy. SJWs oftentimes like to label the examination of basic history as conspiracy theory. This is it. Right here, this is the whole thing. This is what it all comes down to. You can predict the patterns of behavior of SJWs and get the same result every single time if you just kind of pay attention. Now, they call this conspiracy. They go, Ethan, why do you think everything is an SJW conspiracy? There aren't SJWs, okay? There is no anti-Comicsgate hate group. There's no anti-comics group. There's everyone who isn't you. There's you and then the rest of the world, and everything else is a conspiracy to you, a conspiracy theory. This is all bullshit. SJWs are definitely a hate group. They're definitely easily identifiable. You can call them NPCs if you want. I know that's the more modern term. I don't think it's 100% accurate. I think NPCs are a type of SJW, but SJWs are the overall group. NPCs are a subgroup underneath social justice warriors. Some social justice warriors are actually creating the programming, not just responding to it. All right, so anyway, they do this for a couple of reasons. First, they want the past to be forgotten so they can keep taking advantage of people with the same old tricks. Let the past die, right? Second, they want to discredit anyone who examines the genuinely conspiratorial activities they routinely engage in as an Alex Jones crackpot type. They always call me Alex Jones, and I'm like, bitch, I'm Rush Limbaugh. I would be the Rush Limbaugh of Star Wars, not the Alex Jones of Star Wars. My God. A little dignity here because they don't want anyone to take evidence and historical documentation that discredits them with any degree of serious. Or I'm the Tucker Carlson of Star Wars. I like that better. What do you guys think? All right, let me have a drink while you guys consider that. Well, 0% are saying Alex Jones, 100% are saying Rush Limbaugh. But then I introduced the Tucker Carlson. Now they're thinking about maybe possibly it's Tucker Carlson. I'm not a water filter merchant. I am an ink and frog merchant. If everyone believes you're a crackpot, then you can expose all their lies and deviancy all you like, but it won't amount to a hill of beans if no one believes you or takes you seriously. But the fact of the matter is conspiracies do exist. That's why we have an FBI and CIA, because bad people get together to do bad things all the time. SJWs refer to that as organizing, community organizers. Normal people refer to that as organized crime. Thank you so much, Ichibaka. You are rad. So the study of history is very important because it inoculates you against being taken advantage of and lied to by SJW activists, such as the activists now writing for entertainment media. I did this previously by comparing Last Jedi reviews of certain critics with the early reviews of Solo from the very same critics to determine that Solo was pure crap. All right. So Captain Marvel is following. Check this out, guys. This is so important. This is so important right here. This is so important that you see this, you take this into your heart, your mind, your soul, understand what this means. It's going to make everything make sense, okay? Captain Marvel is following the exact same trajectory as Solo did before it was released. So let's take a look at the history of Solo and compare that to what is now happening with Captain Marvel. All right, you guys ready? God, this is so awesome. I love this. I love this. The release date for Solo was May 25th, 2018. By the way, if you look at my social blade, you'll see that my channel really peaked in terms of views and and new subscribers at that point. Totally awesome. The release date for Captain Marvel is March 8th, 2019. So we'll be looking at the dates of articles and how many days and weeks out from the respective release dates they were published. Specifically, we'll be looking at articles about box office projections. All right, so this is very, very, very important. You guys are going to absolutely love this. So the earliest projections for Captain Marvel were on January 11th, 2019. All right, and they were for as high as $180 million. That's 56 days out. 56 days out from the March 8th release date. Okay, that's when the earliest projections. They're saying opening weekend is going to make $140 to $180 million. Earliest projections. I remember them saying it's outpacing Black Panther, which is what they always say. The earliest projections for Solo came on May 3rd for as high as $170 million. That's 22 days from Solo's May 25th release date. So they're saying, and this was the ad right here, early tracking projections have placed Disney and Lucasfilm's Solo: A Star Wars Story in the $170 million range for its 4-day opening over Memorial Day weekend. And I remember these articles coming out and everybody being like, see, we told you it's Star Wars. What are you going to do? It's Star Wars. Of course it's going to make money. They're doing the same thing with Captain Marvel. In a way, they kind of try to bluff you and they go, look, it's going to be successful, so buy a ticket. January 12th, 2019 was being published that Captain Marvel was expected to score a $160 million opening weekend. And by the way, he should really put the million here, not $160. Itchy, if you're paying attention. That's 55 days out from the release date. Here we go. According to Box Office Pro, the current estimate for Captain Marvel's debut is $160 million, with a $140 million low end and a $180 million high. That puts it in good standing leading to the summer and could ultimately reach $465 million domestically, a number which puts it in the $1 billion worldwide range. Later on May 3rd, 2018, expectations for Solo were being tempered to around $150 million. That's 22 days from the release date. You notice, you see what's going on? They cut it back by about $20 million, a little closer to the release date. Even in the tracking fluctuates and the projections dropped to only $150 million on the opening weekend. That will still be good enough to give Solo the record for Memorial Day weekend, beating out Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. By the way, I remember all these articles. They were so stupid, dude. On January 14th, 2019, the headlines bragged that Captain Marvel would bring in, this is January 14th, now it's $140 million. That's 53 days from the release date. Movie Talk, Captain Marvel box office predictions at 140. Box Office Pro has Captain Marvel tracking to make between $140 $180 million on its opening weekend. On May 22nd, 2019, they were publishing Solo would bring in $130 to $140 million on an opening weekend. That's 3 days before the release date. So 3 days, they're expecting 130 to 140 million. According to Variety, the current estimate is that Solo will reach 130 to 150 million dollars over the weekend, which will be more than enough to unseat Deadpool 2 and Avengers Infinity War for the weekend crown. However, that's potentially $40 million less than initial predictions. February 14th, we're getting closer to the day. We're getting closer to now. All right. Projections for Captain Marvel dropped to $100 million. Drop. That's a severe drop. That's 22 days out from the release date. Captain Marvel is projected to open to a solid $100 million opening weekend with a possibility of surpassing that figure. That's funny because they were basically projecting that it was going to double that figure a little while ago, just a month before. On May 23rd, projections for Solo dropped to 100 million to 125 million. That's 2 days out from the release date. Okay. Solo now looking for 100 to 125 million dollars, 3 day, 150 4 day. It was on a Memorial Day weekend, so they considered it to be a 4 day weekend, which would give it the advantage in earning. For a brief time on May 22nd, 3 days out from the release date, the Solo predictions dropped to $120 million before rising suddenly to $150 million. All these projections growing and shrinking. On February 19th, 2019, projections for Captain Marvel mysteriously rose. Do you remember this? Last week, it was being reported that early projections for the film's release had the opening weekend set at 100 million, but that no longer seems to be the case. Since then, those numbers have gone up to a whopping $120 million domestically. They do the same thing. This follows the exact same pattern. Every single time. You could just predict this at this point. Here's another interesting parallel. On May 4th, 2018, 21 days out from release, Variety published that Solo was doubling the pre-sales of Black Panther. I remember, this is amazing. Solo, A Star Wars Stories Fandango pre-sales double Black Panther's haul. Now, if you go on Twitter right now and talk about, if you say Captain Marvel's going to bomb, people are going to say, oh yeah, and they'll show you articles proving that Captain Marvel's pre-sales have passed Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Oh my gosh, and Aquaman, that's $1 billion movie. Look, Captain Marvel is outpacing them in pre-sales. So that's supposed to shut you up. But Solo said that it doubled Black Panther. Tickets for Solo, A Star Wars Story went on sale Thursday night in Fandango, and pre-sales have doubled those for Black Panther in the first 24 hours of their release. And that was meant to say, in your face, incels. In your face, incels. And this is meant to do the same thing. Advanced ticket sales for Captain Marvel are the third biggest for any title in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, behind Avengers, Infinity War, and Black Panther, according to Fandango. To boot, Marvel and Disney's first female-fronted superhero pick is pacing ahead of DC's Aquaman and Wonder Woman in terms of pre-sales at the same point in the cycle, according to the online ticketing company. Now, it's worth noting here that the reason Solo's box office was watched so intensely is because it was essentially a referendum on the success or lack thereof of The Last Jedi. That is exactly correct. Was it just a few screaming man babies? Were people willing to come back for more Star Wars? Or had the franchise been irreparably damaged with deeply moronic socialist propaganda? The resulting box office spoke for itself. That's exactly right. Deeply moronic socialist propaganda activism, Brie Larson, does not sell. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. Now, as opening weekend proceeded, the projections for Solo's opening weekend haul kept dropping as disappointing returns came in. So I predict that we can expect the same to happen with Captain Marvel on opening weekend. But here's some other interesting parallels. So important. All of this is amazing. This is when social justice warriors get in and monkey with the media when it comes to these movies that they clearly have stuck their piss stinking hands into. Obviously, Captain Marvel is so important to them. So very, very important to them. I don't know why Alita Battle Angel is not important to them. I don't understand that at all. That's another powerful young woman. Why isn't that important to them? I don't know. Why is Captain Marvel? I don't know. Also, the SJW hysterics will be out of control when Captain Marvel inevitably fails. After Solo's failure, one SJW wrote, Solo box office disappointment emboldened Star Wars trolls. Yes, it did. It did embolden me. It was awesome. I loved it. Han Solo origin film wins second weekend with just $30 million, sending far-right critics rejoicing. We did rejoice. We laughed. We celebrated. We had a great time. F you, SJWs, get the hell out of our entertainment. How many more times, how many different ways can we put it? Get the F out of our entertainment properties. Of course. So we definitely expect to see multiple articles like this written after the weekend. Now, you're already seeing this get set up, guys. You're seeing them go, trolls are doing this. Trolls. That is how they're going to respond when Captain Marvel does fail. They're going to say, trolls made it fail. It's all because of white men. White men, rah, rah, rah. They ruined it. They destroyed Captain Marvel, but they're celebrating. The alt-right is celebrating right now. Interesting. So, many, some of them may already be written. They've got the articles already written, and they're not. They'll just, get rid of Solo, keep the same articles, take Solo out, put Captain Marvel in. They will also be there will be outbursts from Brie Larson, without a doubt, giving her notorious inability to behave civilly. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait. Can't wait. Can't wait to get those articles from Brie Larson. Her response to her movie collapsing at her feet. That'll be very fun. I will make some videos, guys. I'll make many videos about that. How do SJWs cope with this information? Not well. When confronted with the information about Solo's pre-sales in response to the story about Captain Marvel's pre-sales, airheaded SJW Renfamous hilariously reacted this way. Tickets for Solo, A Star Wars Story, went on sale Thursday night at Fandango, and pre-sales have doubled those for Black Panther in the first 24 hours of release. Captain Marvel is pre-orders total, not in the first 24 hours, pays to read the whole article. Somebody says, not the point. It could be huge. It could flop just like Solo. Why would I trust these sources anymore? These articles are all media spin. It is exhausting. It doesn't look good to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? The difference is I'll accept reality if I'm wrong, unlike you. I will too. Haven't really been that wrong yet. I've been wrong once, and I accepted reality. These people do not accept reality. And then Renfamous, I guess, says, no, the difference is that you've somehow tied the validation of your manhood to the success or failure of a comic book movie. And I just think that's sad and weird. By the way, this is their whole thing. If you don't like Captain Marvel and you think it's stupid because Brie Larson is an ugly, horrible person who is annoying and behaving as though this movie were a cause rather than a popcorn flick, they will say, you have a little penis, don't you? You have a little penis. Come find out. Any evidence to support that? Could it not be in the trailers? Could it not be that the trailers have failed to pique my interest? I wasn't particularly interested in Ant-Man and the Wasp either, but I ended up enjoying it when I eventually saw it. Stop talking to me. You're right. I'm mansplaining what it means to have an individual opinion. There you go. There's a nice conversation with Renfamous. Did Renfamous address Scott's legitimate? This is the questions to discuss. Questions for discussion. Did Renfamous address Scott's legitimate point about entertainment media spin? Of course not. Having a head filled with nothing but pure helium, actually it's more like lard. Renfamous defaulted to well-rehearsed misandrous attacks on Scott's manhood instead. Get ready for that too. When Captain Marvel fails, suddenly you're going to hear a lot about penises. A lot about penises. Expect much more of this in a much more amplified manner as the box office devastation that Captain Marvel leaves behind becomes an undeniable reality. How do you like that? Undeniable reality. The devastation of the box office of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. Update. Apparently, our old friend Pablo Hidalgo thinks that the diminishing projections for Captain Marvel constitutes some sort of strategy. I don't know what he's saying here. They're trying it with a Marvel Studios movie as an interesting strategy considering several come out a year. Yeah. Pablo, honestly, these people are weird, man. They think we do what they do. We don't plan any of this. This is not a planned event. People are just responding with disgust. People are just responding with disgust. If you put dog poop in 80 people's mouths, 80 of them will spit it out. maybe 79. 79 of them will spit it out in disgust. They didn't plan it. This wasn't something that they organized to do. It's just a natural human response to dog poop. At least for 79 people out of 80. It's not a plan. You guys would actually plan that. SJWs would plan to do that all in unison. They'd all wear pussy hats and protest in unison. Yeah. Oh, good. He put my video in here. Damage control. This is a really good video by me. I think it is anyway. But in any case, this is the thing, guys. You can predict. You can predict the future by looking at the past. SJWs all do the same thing. They have the same playbook. They use the same tactics, the same words, the same phrases, and they get the same results. You can tell what they're up to just by looking at what they did before. And Solo was an SJW movie. Solo itself wasn't an SJW movie. I don't think. I mean, it did have some SJW in it with L337 and Lando Calrissian's pansexuality and all of that disgusting, disturbing weirdness. But mostly what Solo was it was kind of like it was just, hey, did Last Jedi, which was an SJW movie, did it destroy Star Wars or not? It was to test, it was to test you. And it did. Turns out that it did, and that disturbed them very badly. All right, I'm going to read some more super chats. Thank you for sending them. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Thanks for being here. We have 1,945 people watching right now. It's 2:30 in the morning, man. People have, people, I guess people are all in bed. I hope you're all in bed. How many of you are in bed right now in your feety pajamas? I'm going to ask the chat. I'm turning to the chat now. How many of you are in bed right now in your pajamas? I want to know. Yeah. Come on, chat. If you're in your feety pajamas right now in bed, give me a 1. I want to know how many people listen to me in their beds. Yeah, quite a few. Quite a few people are in bed. Well, if you're in Australia, it's 5 p.m. It's not bedtime. I got that. I certainly do understand that. Yoda-sama says, where did you go? Don't leave us. Where have you got to go? I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. A lot of people are saying they feel molested by my voice, asking them if they're in bed. Yeah, let me be a little, oh my God. Let me be a little Vic Mignogna. Let me be sweet to you. As I'm rubbing your outer inner thigh. Let me be sweet to you. Some people are naked in bed. Yeah, I read the IO9 Vic Mignogna article. Oh my God, dude. I want to read that aloud. Uncle Creepy. Yeah. That article was something else. That was deeply disturbing. All right, let me read some of these super chats. Let's see. Click that thumbs up and back Tales from the Stacks on Indiegogo, says Professor Geek. Tales from the Stacks. Captain Picard says, if you really need to see Captain Marvel, pay for another movie and sneak into it for the endgame bits and pieces. Obi-Wan says, on the Geeks and Gamers stream earlier, I called 48 million for Captain Marvel U.S. opening weekend box office. Told Jeremy to hold me to that number. That's interesting. Joe Scott says, I thought Brie said there were going to be more seats at the table. When you disable comments, it takes away all the seats from the table. Joe Scott, great point. She took away all the seats from the table. Amazing. She flipped the table over. Passion for Drawing says, check out Mythazar's Menagerie of Monsters on Indiegogo. An awesome coloring book for Comicsgate. Thank you, Ethan. No, thank you. Risky Analysis says, Be Orange paid to advertise for Taco Bell through EVS. These are the questions that, we are asking ourselves at this point. It's not clear. It isn't clear at all. Darkstar57 said, just put not interested on RT on my iPad. That's interesting. So that did work. David M says, not often able to catch you live. You're on a mission from God to expose them all. Snarkticon DM says, the water is turning the effing Ewoks gay. Glinster says, Bree's middle name is Sidoni. B.S. Larson. Perfect. Interesting. Brett Fabre says, I'm Tucker and Mike is Perez Hilton. I don't think Mike would like that. If you told Mike he was Perez Hilton, I think he wouldn't like that. Nicholas Glenn says, did you hear they're not refunding Captain Marvel tickets? If you pre-ordered a Captain Marvel movie ticket and go into view the tickets, there is no cancel or refund option. Piano TM says, most movies are propaganda, but this is the first time I've ever seen them advertise one as such. How could they think that's a good idea? Will K says, I cannot wait to see this movie fail. No, I can't either, honestly. I think it's going to be fun. I think there are a lot of people who are enjoying the idea that this movie is going to succeed. They've still bought into, well, here's the thing about it. I mean, all right, The Last Jedi actually did succeed, even though I go back and forth on this. I'm like, yeah, it made $1 billion, it made $1.4 billion. But then again, that's like half of what The Force Awakens made. So did it succeed? Yeah, I guess, if you lower your expectations for Star Wars. But it was the next movie that caused the fallout. It was Solo that bore the brunt of the failure, of the disgust of The Last Jedi. So Captain Marvel, will it succeed? Right now, they're flying high with the MCU. All of their movies make $700 million. And so they're expecting Captain Marvel to make $700 million too. If Captain Marvel is truly a disgusting movie that turns off audiences, that annoys audiences, then will Captain Marvel fail, or will the next movie fail as punishment? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't want to go see Captain Marvel. I really don't. The mouse said, F this noise. Snap. David Allen says, I'm sharpening my knife in my garage in Tampa, Florida. Well, that's disturbing. Some people are in bed. Other people are sharpening knives right now. Silliest Goose says, hey, Uncle E, I know comics are a business, but what's the passion behind Blood Honey? It seems you actually care about the fans. That's interesting. That avatar is unique. All right, look. The passion behind Blood Honey. Seems you actually care about the fans. Well, I mean, look, Cyberfrog Blood Honey is a story that feels personal to me because for so many reasons. But Cyberfrog was a character that I created when I lived in New Jersey when I was a kid. And I met Andrea, my wife, while I was working on Cyberfrog, the initial book, the initial series. And then Andrea and I fell out of touch for 20 years. And we got back in touch, and Cyberfrog's back. And I don't know. It feels intensely personal. It's a book that I care about, and all that stuff. I hope you will enjoy it. If you ordered it. All right. What was I talking about? That completely threw me off. Oh, I don't know. Let me go and see what's going on what's going on in the chat. Krista Joe says, Ethan, any response to Zachary Levi going on social media today? Well, I spoke about it on the new video that I just posted. I just posted Creepy Rotten Tomatoes Silences Fan Protest of Captain Marvel. That's my new video. And I spoke about it briefly therein. And I said that I think Zachary Levi is under the impression that people are attacking Captain Marvel in order to support Shazam. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard people actually saying that. So I'm not sure why he thinks that. If he didn't really come out. He said, you're not helping Warner Brothers. You're hurting. I don't know what he means by that. I think that's weird. And this movie is not about him. Whether or not this movie succeeds or fails, I don't think has anything to do with Shazam. I think that people are just looking at Shazam and saying that looks like a more fun movie. It looks like it's going to be more family oriented. That's the movie that I want to see. Diversity in Comics Bear says The Last Jedi failed. It's a 1 billion. It's 1 billion was front loaded with unprepared audiences, repeated viewings, word of mouth, and China BTFO'd earnings. Blu-ray underperformed too. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, you can get people to see a Star Wars movie. I mean, they'll go see it. Episode 9 is going to have a certain number of people who are going to see it just because it's a Star Wars movie. But a good Star Wars movie, there's no limit to the amount of money that you can make. And by the way, there's no limit to the number of Star Wars movies that you can put out in a year. Disney has convinced itself because of the failure. This is the sick thing. Disney's convinced itself that the failure of Solo indicates that, maybe we should put out fewer Star Wars movies. How does that make any sense? If it's good, put out as many as you can. I mean, it just seems like it seems odd that they think, well, we got to space them out. Why? Why would you space out quality things? You have a devoted audience that would like to see more Star Wars product that's actually good and doesn't insult them. But Zach Levi, right now, I kind of like Zach Levi. So, what are you going to do? I know I like him. He was, he looks funny. He looks like he's got a good sense of humor. I think he's pretty good as Shazam. He's got this this childish look on his face. There's a great ad of him as Captain Marvel, like texting on his phone and like blowing a bubble. And he looks, it's so funny because in the character Shazam, Captain Marvel, that version of the character, nobody ever drew Shazam behaving like a child, even though he's a child that just has an adult body. Nobody ever drew him behaving like a child before. I love the idea of him. Look, of course, he's going to still look and behave like a kid. So if Zachary Levi can actually do that, if Zachary Levi can actually convey that he's, an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old boy in there, it's going to be funny. It's going to be really fun to watch. It's great. Shazam equals Chuck gets an upgrade. I never watched that show, Chuck. I don't know. We'll see. If I like this movie, and I feel like I'm going to, I like what I see about it. I like what I hear about it. I might go back and watch some Chuck stuff. Nick B says, EVS, have a Star Wars holiday special viewing party on March 8th. Yeah. We did that already. We actually did have a holiday special viewing party. It was fun. It was good times. All right. So, in any case, Chuck was great. You know what? Like somebody showed me Chuck's apartment on the show. They had one of my posters hanging up in it. Had my art in it. It was a Teen Titans drawing that I did, and it was hanging on the wall of his apartment. And people showed me stills of it, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah." Yeah. All right. So in any case, now let's talk about Mike S. Miller for a second. I want you guys' advice about this. Mike S. Miller kicked me out of his chat today. I have never, not even once have I been booted. Never have I been booted from someone else's live stream that I was invited to. Let me go through this with you and let me explain exactly what happened and why Mike S. Miller needs to be punished for this. And you guys can agree or disagree. I am somebody who, hold on a second. I am somebody who has mercy and pity. And therefore, I want you guys, hold on a second here. Damn it. I want you guys to actually be the arbiters. I want you guys to tell me exactly what kind of punishment Mike deserves for this, because he deserves some punishment, and it might just be all right. So somebody asks me, look at this. Hold on, I'm going to share this. Give me a minute, chat. All right. So Mike asked me. I go, hey. Somebody goes, hey, you going to do a live stream? And I said, yeah, I think so. I'm uploading my video about the Rotten Tomatoes situation. I might stream for a bit. Mike goes, oof. Now, I know the reason why Mike goes, oof. Here's the reason why Mike went oof. Because he sent a link in the private chat to me saying, come on my live stream. Come on my live stream. Now, me saying I'm going to do my own live stream, that means that Mike S. Miller knows that I'm going to draw some of his audience away. Some of it. I mean, some people prefer to listen to Mike. But some people prefer to listen to me, and that's the way it's going to be. We don't like to cross streams, so to speak. I mean, it's not a great idea for two people to stream to the same audience at once, because it just, make room for each other. So Mike goes, oof. And I go, what's the matter? The matter is that Mike sent me the link and was expecting me to show up on his show. So I do. I show up on Mike's show, like I should. And I support Mike S. Miller. I gave him support. Now, Mike, here's the thing about Mike. Mike said, Ethan, no more penises. He said, stop showing penises on my show. Mike, people like it when I show penises on your show. People like it. We have a thing where I say, hey, Mike. This is what I do. I say, hey, Mike. And then he goes, what, Ethan? What? And then I say, you want to have a seat, Mike? Mike, do you want to have a seat in this chair? Mike, do you want a chair? And like that. And he goes, he gets very upset. Now, look, it's hard to tell if Mike is being genuinely upset or if he's just, if he's playing along, if this is a thing. But when I show him penises, he's like, Ethan, please stop. I'm like, Mike, people like it. It's becoming a bit. It's becoming a good thing. People do enjoy this. Mike asked me to come on his live stream. He knows what I'm going to do. Mike, when you invite me to come on your live stream, and you have an audience, I'm going to say, hey, Mike, and then I'm going to show a penis to you. All right? Now, why? Because you have an audience that wants it. They actually want it to happen. They want it to happen, Mike. They're waiting for it to happen. They're waiting for me to say, hey, Mike. They get excited. Everyone gets excited. They want to see whatever weirdo, penis thing I've got. Yeah, that's kind of what they want to do. And when you kick me from the chat for doing it, Mike, I have to punish you. I have to punish you for not letting me give your audience exactly what it is that they're looking for. Hey, Mike, you want to have a seat here on this couch? Mike, do you want to? Mike, here's a couch for you to have a seat on. Lie down. If that chair was too hard, Mike, was that chair too hard for you? I mean, that's, look. Just, yeah. It's part of the thing. If that chair was too hard for you, Mike, here's a couch for you to lie down on. All right, so Mike booted me. Now the question is, how do we punish Mike? How do we punish Mike? I mean, is Mike, let me think. Well, I mean, you could send him, we could send, I don't want to brigade him on Twitter. I think that would be wrong. I think Mike is not allowed to come on. Mike wanted me to help promote his comic book, his Indiegogo campaign, The Meg. That's all he wanted me to do. He said, Ethan, when are we gonna talk about The Meg? When are you gonna promote The Meg for me? And all this stuff. And I was like, oh, soon, Mike, soon. Mike, soon I'll promote The Meg. It'll just be you and me, and I will help you sell your comic book, The Meg, to people. And now I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. Mike kicked me from his chat after inviting me for doing what I always do. Why? Why does he do that? Why should I promote The Meg for you, Mike? Why should I let people know about your Indiegogo campaign, which is in demand right now, where people can order 3 of your new comics, Six Gun Samurai, The Meg, which you've had all kinds of stupid problems with, Deal with the Devil. Why should I do that when you kick me out of your chat for doing nothing except inviting you to sit down? All I did was invite you to have a seat. Why, Mike? Why would I then promote The Meg when you can't even accept my invitation to have a seat? And Mike just wants me to come in there and read Nasser material. I know. That's exactly right. All right, so I'm not sure. I'm going to listen to the chat. Now, if the chat thinks that I should promote The Meg, if I should invite people to order The Meg, and let Mike sell it, talk about it, all that stuff. If you guys think that I should do that, if I should be merciful to Mike, I would respect your point of view. I would absolutely respect your point of view about that. I think that would be just fine. If you think that I am somebody who should forgive and forget being kicked from Mike's stream after being invited, nay, being begged. Oh, fear. All right, hang on a second. Back the Meg here. This is the link. If you haven't yet supported Mike's book about a shark called The Meg, you can do that. I put the link in the description, and that would be fine. But I am willing to listen to you guys. I'm absolutely willing to listen to you guys about what we should do about this. What kind of punishment Mike should endure? Yeah, just let me know. All right. So in any case, in any case, I love all you guys. I'm getting back to work. I'm drawing some Cyberfrog tonight. It is, yeah, we've got a lot of we've got a long night of drawing frogs, a long night of drawing wasps, and I want to get to it. But I did want to do a live stream. I know I didn't, like, technically 24 hours went by without me putting up a video, and that was disturbing. So I did put up a video, but you know, it kind of counts as a video that I did early today rather than yesterday. So I'm not so sure that, you know, yeah, I can see why people would be confused and upset. But today was a busy day. Today was a day of speaking to lawyers. Today was a day of taking action. Today was a day of showing Mike S. Miller, penis-shaped sofas that he might consider adding to his living room. That looks nice. I mean, it looks very comfortable. You lay on this and watch a movie. What kind of movie would you watch as you sprawled out on this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, everyone. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get to work. Love you all. I don't know who's streaming next, but whoever it is, God bless. Everybody, go over and subscribe to who's streaming from here. Is anybody gonna do a stream that I can listen to while I'm working? No. Don't subscribe to Mike though. Do not subscribe to Blacklist Universe after this. Yeah. Okay. All right, I gotta go, guys. Have a great night. Sleep well. See you tomorrow. Bye.